What's up guys, this is Roman from RNS Entertainment, and in this episode of Comic History we're going to be talking about the time Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, killed the entire Marvel Universe. This storyline actually occurs in the recent one-shot issue What If Infinity Dark Reign number 1, and is a what-if storyline based on the idea that during Dark Reign and the Infinity Wars, Norman Osborn gained control of the Infinity Gauntlet and reformed the universe to his desires. The issue starts off in the past with Norman Osborn's father Ambrose ranting and raving about little Norman taking his tools and threatening to beat him with his belt. Suddenly there's a bright flash and Ambrose finds himself in current day Asgard, in the midst of a giant battle between the Avengers and the Dark Avengers. Captain America saves Ambrose Osborn from being killed and is attacked by the Sentry, one of the most powerful Marvel characters, only to witness as Norman Osborn, wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, completely destroys Sentry in a single blast. The battle rages on and several Avengers are killed, with Captain America, Thor, and the remaining members launching a full-on assault on Osborn, saying that him wielding the Infinity Gems is more dangerous than any problems they have with the Dark Avengers. Osborn yells "This is over" and instantly wipes out his entire opposition, and then reveals that this show of force is just a repeat performance of past events for his father's sake, snapping his fingers and bringing them both to the surface of an isolated asteroid, telling Ambrose that the little boy he had once beaten had grown up to be the ruler of everything that ever was and will be, which Ambrose says is impossible. His son Normie was a scared little weakling. Norman snaps his fingers again and brings Ambrose to the world remade in his image, with New York turned into the throne city of the new Osborn Empire, where he and the Dark Avengers rule the entire planet. Norman then reveals how he took the planet over. When he was given control of S.H.I.E.L.D. and turned it into Hammer, he gained access to the Avengers database, including information on the most powerful items in the universe, including the Infinity Gauntlet. Osborn then gathered a gigantic army of supervillains and overpowered Earth's mightiest heroes one by one, taking an Infinity Gem from each of the heavy hitters and then constructing his own Infinity Gauntlet. He then mused to himself over how foolish the people who obtained the gems before him were. How could they have all of this power and manage to squander the opportunities it gives them? Using the power of the gems, Osborn turns himself into a Goblin King and finishes off the Avengers while they were fighting within their own ranks, afterwards taking out all of the extraterrestrial threats Earth could face and declaring himself ruler of everything. Ambrose is unimpressed by his son's new world, saying that the Osborns were supposed to be inventors, not tyrants, and Osborn shows him what he considers his greatest accomplishment, the death of Gwen Stacy. Osborn says that this one moment was all he used to be remembered for, and so he had begun to re-watch it over and over, replaying that moment in time with the gem's power and appreciating it as art, making Spider-Man relive his worst moment forever. Ambrose tells his son that he's a monster and that he should have killed him the first chance he got, until Norman snaps his fingers and forces Ambrose to mindlessly praise him. Returning to his city, Osborn sees that his Dark Avengers have all been murdered, and while still hearing his father mindlessly tell him how great he is, he hears the voice of Thanos, who tells him that no amount of power can make people truly love him, and demands that he turn over the gauntlet. Osborn turns back into the Goblin King and tells Thanos that they're different, and that he only desires power, and doesn't possess a secret desire to be defeated like Thanos did. Thanos tells him that he does desire love from someone who will never love him back though, and that even if he forces Ambrose to act like he loves him, it will never be real and Osborn will know it. Osborn shouts that he's wrong, destroying Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and saying that all he desires is power, and that love is for fools. Ambrose then blindly tells Osborn, "Good job, son," and Norman wheels around saying, "No, why do you love me?" And the still-controlled Ambrose says, "Because you're my son." And Osborn loses it, ranting about how he should love him for his accomplishments, and then uses the Infinity Gauntlet to destroy Ambrose, wiping him from existence. As Osborn says that his kingdom is all he'll ever need, he realizes what he just did. If his father never existed, then neither does Osborn. Panicked, he commands the Gauntlet to undo his mistake, that he is its god, and Norman, along with everything he had created, disappears in an instant, and the Infinity Gauntlet tumbles into the void. This wraps up Green Goblin Kills the Marvel Universe, a fun what-if story that also serves as a character study into Norman Osborn, possibly the most petty and self-sabotaging psychopath in the entire Marvel Universe. The ending is perfect in that it encapsulates Green Goblin's fatal flaw, being a complete asshole. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick episode of Comic History. I will be getting into bigger stories, more origins, and other great storylines soon. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more great retellings of iconic comic books. Support the channel and even commission any story you'd like to see in a comic history by donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/rnsentertainment. Like and follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to my gaming channel.